morning, everyone. This is Dorothea, Airpost Creations 2021. I wish everybody a wonderful start into this new week. And before I start on Islam, I like to read a quote from Confucius, which reads, "If your plan is for 1 year, plant rice. If your plan is for 10 years, plant trees. And if your plan is for 100 years, educate children." So that was that. And now we start Islam, and it fits in nicely with the children, because before we go to the Islam movement, we go back to the Old Testament and a man called Abraham, who the Old Testament calls the father of great people. This father of the Jews is also the father of the Muslims, because Abraham's firstborn son Ishmael is the founder of Islam, in the sense that it was promised to Hagar, the mother of Ishmael, by the messenger of God, that the son Ishmael will become a founder of an own tribe and an important person in the world's history. Okay? So God Yahweh promised this, namely that Ishmael shall be a great leader with many descendants of his own. Sarah, the wife of Abraham, is at the moment unable to get a child, giving birth to a child, because she is believed to be barren, and she is desperate, and she uses Hagar, her Egyptian maid or slave, to give birth to a child and make Abraham the father of that child. So Hagar, she becomes pregnant, and she gives birth to Abraham's firstborn son, called Ishmael. When Sarah, many years later, finally is able to get pregnant herself and gives birth to Isaac, the second son of Abraham, she doesn't like the idea anymore that a firstborn son shall be the one from a so-called maid or slave. So she convinces her husband to send Hagar and Ishmael far away in the desert. Abraham follows the wish of his wife Sarah, and by doing so, he commits an act of injustice, which later in history grows to become that conflict between Jews and Muslims. The person Hagar, this Egyptian maid or slave, is ever since that event regarded as experiencing the plight of a foreigner, as being the slave, and as being also the sexually abused woman. At one point during Hagar's pregnancy, she is visited by God, who promises her that she will have many descendants through a son called Ishmael, and that this son would grow up to be, I quote, "a wild ass of a man, in constant trouble with other men." So, that's the start then for the Islamic history. Islam emerges in Arabia, in Mecca, in Saudi Arabia. Muhammad is born there in 570 CE in Mecca, and he is brought up by his uncle Abu Talib, because when Muhammad is 8 years old, his parents die. At that time, family clans and tribes, they rule daily life in Saudi Arabia, and Muhammad is born into the clan called Hashemite from the Quraysh tribe. At age 25, Muhammad marries Khadija, a woman who is 15 years older than him. Khadija was married before and has some daughters from her first marriage. Khadija is a wealthy, successful businesswoman, helping out Muhammad to have free time to pursue spiritual endeavors. In 610, Muhammad goes in a cave in Mount Hira, which is north of Mecca, where he is visited by the angel Gabriel, who speaks to Muhammad through God. God speaks to Muhammad through this angel Gabriel and gives him the advice to become the Arab prophet of the true religion. With this new religion called Islam, Muhammad regarded himself as the last prophet of the Judaic Christian tradition, while he adopted the theology of these two older religions by introducing his own new doctrines. Allah, the God of Islam, is another name of the Jewish God Yahweh, and Islam is seen as a return to the original faith, the original belief of the Abrahamic prophets, such as Adam, Noah, Abraham, Moses, David, Solomon, and also Jesus. In Islam, these old prophets are getting a high importance because all three major religions, Judaism, Christianity, and Islam, have one and the same God. Although today things are getting a bit confused because there are so many different radical movements diverting from the original religion called Islam. With Ishmael, the firstborn son of Abraham, Islam is forever connected to the Jewish tradition. So, after the angel Gabriel speaks to Muhammad, telling him to become that prophet of Islam, he tells his wife Khadija about it, because he is worried to have lost his mind. But Khadija tells him all is well, and that he is now the true prophet of Allah, the ultimate messenger of Allah. It is important to note here that Judaism, Christianity, and Islam worship the same God. All three religions believe in the one and only God, but they refer to that God in different ways. Allah referred to by Muslims is not Muhammad. Allah is God and Muhammad is the messenger of Allah through Muhammad. He is just a prophet, just like a prophet, like Moses was a prophet, and Jesus is seen by Muslims to be the prophet of Christianity. So Muhammad becomes this true prophet, that ultimate messenger who brings the Muslims this ultimate message of God, written down in what Islam calls the Holy Scriptures, namely the Quran. The Quran is always written in Arabic. In 619 CE, Muhammad's wife Khadija dies, and shortly after that, his uncle Abu Talib dies as well. Muhammad very much depended on his wife and his uncle because they helped him out financially. The beginning of Islam is a difficult time because the tribes do need Muhammad, and at the same time they resist the moral and the social change that goes on through the establishment of Islam. A lot is going on, and Muhammad's gatherings with his people are constantly interrupted by the other tribes around them, and they even managed to stop the Hashemite clan, the clan of Muhammad, for 2 years. Arabs from the northern settlements of what is called Yathrib, they had managed to invite the Muslims to abandon their clan, to migrate to them and to help them out. And at the same time, there were also 3 large Jewish tribes that had settlements there, and they were busy getting rid of paganism. So a lot was going on. Other tribes diverted the people for Muhammad, and the Jews were busy doing their things, fighting paganism. In 622 CE, Muhammad goes to Medina to become a leader there. This movement or migration is called Hijra to Yathrib. I spell it Hijra, H-I-J-R-A, to Yathrib, Y-A-T-H-I-R-B, R-I-B, Y-A-T-H-R-I-B, where pilgrims came to the help of Muhammad because a blood fight between the tribes had started. After this event, the Islamic calendar is A-H, meaning after, for A after and H after Hijra. Muhammad was forced to migrate to Medina because the ruling aristocracy in Mecca, the Banu Umayyah, did not yield to him until 630. Muhammad starts small. He only has 40 converts, and the first caliphs, they are only interested to help out Muhammad to spread Islam among the Arabs of the Byzantine and the Persian empires, and these both empires at the time were already declining in power. So that was a rough start for him. Everything seemed to go not very well, and he had to work real hard to get converts in the beginning. So the tribe of the Hashemites, the tribe of Muhammad, had a very rough start. The first caliph, Abu Bakr, Abu, A-B-U, and Bakr, B-A-K-R, is a contemporary of Muhammad and also his father-in-law, because Muhammad marries the daughter of this caliph after his wife Khadija had died. This daughter, her name is Aisha, becomes the favorite wife of Muhammad. Now Muhammad goes to Medina, and there he is caught up in a battle with the people from Mecca. This battle goes on for 8 long years. Finally, they surrender to Muhammad and they all are converted to Islam. Muhammad purifies the place, gets rid of the pagan idols, and he kicks out the Jews that at a time are also in that region. He kicks them out because they do not want to convert to Islam. Medina is the place where the first house of worship is built, and the houses of worship in Islam are called mosques. In 632, Muhammad makes a pilgrimage back to Mecca, and shortly after that he dies in Medina. So, in only 23 years, even though the start of Islam has been rough, the mission of Islam has been accomplished nevertheless in only 23 years. There have been many caliphs, and a caliph is a man who rules a community, and the caliphate is that whole community, okay? The caliphate is the community, and each caliphate has a caliph who rules this community in Islam. So many caliphs were important to establish Islam, but one caliph in the lineage of Islam, the caliph number 4, who is called Ali, he is very important because Ali is the son of Muhammad's uncle Abu Talib. Ali is an early convert and he reigns 5 years until 661. Ali was considered a weak leader, but he becomes the first leader of the Ummah, U-M-M-A-H. Ummah or Umayyads, they are members of a dynasty of caliphs based in Damascus that ruled from 661 to 750 CE. So this first leader of the Ummah, Ali, he connects with the Shiites, which saw their imams as a gateway to God. An imam is a leader in worship in a mosque. Ali becomes assassinated by his own people, and before that there were 12 Shiite descendants of Ali before the lineage of Ali dies out. Here comes a little bit an explanation now from the Shiites and the Sunnis, the two different splits of Islam, to bring more clarity into the whole thing, okay? The great majority of the world's more than 1.5 billion Muslims are called Sunnis. Estimates suggest it's between 85 to 90% of all Muslims are Sunnis. They are in the Middle East, in Egypt, Jordan and Saudi Arabia. Sunnis regard themselves as the orthodox branch of Islam. Sunni means people of the tradition. The son-in-law and cousin of Muhammad, Ali, established the other branch called Shia, directly related to Ali's death, his assassination. Shia communities are found in Iran, Iraq, Bahrain, Azerbaijan, and also in Afghanistan, India, Kuwait, Lebanon, Pakistan, Qatar, Syria, Turkey, and also in Saudi Arabia. In early Islamic history, the Shia were a movement which literally was called Shiat Ali, meaning party of Ali. Followers claimed that Ali was the rightful successor to the Prophet Muhammad as leader, as an imam of the Muslim community. The Shia make up the poorest section of Islam, and they often see themselves as victims of discrimination and oppression. Sunni extremists often see the Shia as heretics who should be killed. So that shows the difficulty between those two strands, the Shias and the Sunnis, even though they are both believing in Islam, they fight each other because they have opposing ideas of it, okay? So that was today a short introduction. In my next video, I will talk about Islam's laws, rights and obligations, like how Islam men can marry up to 5 women and things like that, okay? And also I will talk about Sufism, who comes out of Islam, and some philosophical movements, as well as Islam's contribution to arts, architecture in the world, okay? So I hope today that gave us a little bit an insight into the start of Islam, and the next time we will go deeper into it, okay? Maybe tomorrow or on Wednesday I will make another video, okay? So I thank you all for listening, wish you a wonderful day, and I see you back maybe tomorrow or maybe on Wednesday, okay? Goodbye.